Hope all of you have a good lunch. My name is Kunal, and I am a Senior Vice President of Product Management. As our CEO says, I am leading all of the revenue-generating products for Qualys. That includes the CNAP product, which is a total cloud product name. So that's part of my portfolio. Today, I'm super excited to announce the latest and greatest announcements, the development that we have done with this product. That is Risk Operation Center for your Azure cloud. Since morning, from our CEO's keynote, you have been hearing about the Risk Operation Center. So now, I'm super thrilled to announce today that we have now Azure Cloud Risk Operation. This is live in the production environment. So today, I will be talking more about the Azure Cloud support in our total cloud product. And later on, my colleague David, he is going to do the demo of the product as it is live in our production environment, right? All right, so before we do that, let's quickly recap the challenges when it comes to the cloud security. There are always three teams. One, the Cloud Risk Operation Center team. They are always challenged with the ever-expanding attack surface. The ephemeral and the dynamic assets that comes and go in the cloud environment, they are always challenged with that. Then there is a second team, the compliance team. The guy who carries the suitcase, who wears the tie, he is all time looking for is the compliance. And the third team, which is my favorite, which is a developer who wears the jeans and t-shirt and figuring out how many issues are there in the environment that he needs to fix. And everybody is creating a Jira ticket to him without providing him a much context. So this is the developers who are challenging, who has a challenging life because their builds are not hitting the production environment because the SecOps team is enforcing so many policies. On the other hand, if you look at it, the breaches, they are not stopping. Our own cloud research team led by Shilpa and team in Pune, when we looked at our customer data, around 70% of the Azure resources are misconfigured. This is a very interesting number. The misconfiguration, the basic hygiene still remains the #1 challenge when it comes to the cloud security, when securing your cloud and the containerized infrastructure. Breaches are continuously happening. The teams are constantly challenged. How do we fix things faster? How can we get the unified visibility? This is where we have a product called Total Cloud, which is nothing but your cloud native application protection platform. This product is shipping since 2018. Obviously, it has gone through the different brandings altogether. Those of you who have been using our product for past few years, it was called as a Cloud View. Later on, we rebranded this and we are calling it as a Total Cloud. As a part of our Total Cloud, it includes the 6 key use cases. First one is the CSPM, where we are finding the inventory across all of your 4 clouds, get all of your resources, and then do the compliance assessment so that you are compliant. Remember that second persona who is always looking for making sure that you are compliant. Obviously, you want to make sure that all the misconfiguration and issues are remediated in advance. Obviously, the attack path, getting the identity inventory is extremely key. So we have a second product as a part of our portfolio, which is SCIM, where we get all of your cloud identities and we stitch them together with the resources and we give you an exposure graph, which we call it as attack path, which we will show in the demo. And that is one of the massive announcements that we are doing it. Third one, as you guys are using our vulnerability scanning for your on-prem and data center assets, now we are extending same thing for your Azure cloud environment also, which we have been doing it for quite some time. However, now we are introducing the snapshot-based scanning, which is the agentless scanning for your Azure cloud resources. We support 4 different types of scanning: agentless, network-based, and API-based scan for your cloud environment, including the Azure, AWS, GCP, and Oracle as well. Fourth one is the container security. This is our highest adopted product in our total cloud portfolio. Capital One Bank, Okta, all of the big accounts in the US are leveraging our container security product, and they are securing 6 million containers. That's the scale I'm talking about. Additionally, we got a CDR, Cloud Detection and Response product. All it does is monitor your cloud traffic and do the threat detection analysis with our deep learning and AI technology. And we got a cloud workflow automation, which is the no-code, low-code tool where you can orchestrate and remediate and fix the issues. You assign the issues, you fix them. So this is complete package where you can leverage any of the use case. Now, when it comes to risk prioritization, there is no one size fit all. Yes, and we hear you. That's why we have many different ways that you can slice and dice and see the risk. Starting with the TruRisk score, that is at the asset level. Then you want to see the correlated risk signal. You want to correlate the misconfiguration data with the vulnerability data, with the exposure, with the identity. All of that together, we give you the TruRisk insight. Everything is correlated. You do not have to build your own cloud SIM because we do that for you. And the third one, which is everyone's favorite, attack path. So what is it? Attack path is all about visualizing your exposure in your environment, seeing how the attacker could reach out to your critical crown jewel assets. If they were to reach on your EC2 instance or your Azure instance, what's the blast radius? Where they could reach further? Are they going to hit the zero trust environment with a dead zone? Or the EC2 instance, which is exposed on the internet, are they going to land and going to the crown jewel asset where they would steal your data? This is where the attack path will help you prioritize when you have two assets, two cloud instances with the same TruRisk score. Which one would you prioritize? Here is the attack path that is going to give you the graphical view with a complete exposure chain. And with a built-in remediation that we are working through, if there was an issue with your security group or a subnet, with our Kubeflow, with a one click, you would be able to assign to a developer and remediate very, very quickly. So this is the power of our Azure support that we are doing it with our total cloud platform. Next, the cloud workflow automation. I think we did not do very good job in marketing this tool. This is very, very powerful tool which allows you to build custom workflow in your environment. Every big customer that we have been working with, they have some custom controls as a part of their environment, which none of the vendor would support right out of the box. This is where you need to have a solution that you can customize for your environment. With our Kubeflow, you could create a remediation workflow, you could assign the ticket, lot many things you can do with our Kubeflow. New capabilities, quickly I want to walk you through, and David will give you the demo as well. So the first one, policy compliance for your Azure cloud. When you have an infrastructure in a cloud, still you have to do the policy compliance. You have to do the CSPM. You have to have audit-ready reports. You have to look for all of the misconfiguration. You have to see the exposure chain for your Azure cloud. And this is where we have a policy compliance, the CSPM for your Azure. The second one, the vulnerability scanning, right? So now we have extended this, including the snapshot base, the agentless scanning for your Azure cloud. In fact, we do support shiplap scanning with the Terraform and other templates that you may be developing your cloud security architecture team. They may be writing some Terraform and other templates, so we can secure them as well. Next is about extending your, oh yeah, sorry, I'm running late. Okay. The next is about the threat detection for your Azure cloud. So this is where we are monitoring your Azure traffic. We looked into your VTAP traffic and we look into your flow logs. And the company that we acquired a few years back called Blue Hexagon. So we leverage the deep learning and AI technology to find the zero-day malware secrets as a part of your Azure environment. So all of this is part of our total cloud package. And finally, the no-code, low-code workflow. Again, as a part of our Kubeflow, we have a total 300 plus playbooks built in, and out of that 100 plus are for the Azure environment only. Last time in February when I was here, the local sales team were taking me to the customers, and almost every other customer had a Azure cloud as a part of their environment. We have integration with ServiceNow where you can take all of your vulnerability, misconfiguration finding, all of your assets to the ServiceNow configuration compliance module or a CMDB module. And you can assign the remediation to the right owner because ServiceNow has all of those intelligence as a part of that. Additionally, now you want to remediate the risk in your cloud. You want to patch it, you want to mitigate it, you want to isolate the machine in your cloud environment while you are spinning up the new instance. All of the options are available for you, including our Kubeflow. By the way, this is also the new announcement. We know that many of you may be moving to the Oracle Cloud. So we do now support the Oracle Cloud, all of the use cases around CSPM, discovery, inventory, alerting, and everything is supported for your OCI as well. And they will show in the demo. Also, we have been hearing your feedback, and we are delivering on those commitments. So you wanted a AWS AMI scan, because that's the golden image your IT team is providing you. You wanted to see the third-party open source vulnerabilities as a part of your images. We got it. All of this now are available. This is the feedback that we have been receiving from you. Also, now we have launched the new website called cloudvulnerabilityscanner.com. This is the website for the cloud security and the vulnerability team, where you can see all of the latest research that our team is doing it. This is the community website. We are not promoting any of our products there, so don't worry. We are not going to ask your credit card, social security number. I lost my credit card, by the way. My CEO was telling today morning the story, and I am that guy whose credit card was stolen, okay? But we will not ask you for your credit card. And the innovation journey, code to cloud is very, very critical. We understand. We do support many of the code to cloud functionality, where we scan all of your Azure environment with the Terraform and the other template. And when the productions are running in your production environment, we monitor them. Now what we are doing? Now to help the developer, remember I said the third persona, the guy who is wearing jeans and t-shirt and always challenged with the too many things to fix it. Now when we see the findings in the runtime environment, we are going to map it back all the way to the code that has introduced that vulnerability into your runtime environment. This is the new innovation that we are working, and this will be available in the early Q3. And last but not least, before I hand it over to David for the demo, your CISO, your executives may be looking for analyst independent from validation to see that, hey, Qualys' total cloud product, where does it stand against the other competitor? And as you see, the independent market analyst firm, they have given the rating for the CSPM, for the Kupinger-Cole, we are leader for 2 years. Here is the Gartner peer insight. And the third one you see from a GigaOM for a vulnerability scanning. All of this area, we are leader, as you can see here. All right, so if you are banking on your cloud security with the Qualys' total cloud, rest assured, you are leveraging the enterprise-grade, best-in-class product. With that said, I would like to now invite David to show you the real-time demo. David?
Thank you.
Center one. Yeah.
Okay, QSC, let's secure some cloud. So, first thing we're going to do is start navigating our way over to the TruRisk platform and get ourselves into Total Cloud itself. Now, at the very top here, you're going to see a collection of amalgamated data that traditionally you would have seen from multiple different point products, but as a CNAPP, Total Cloud has combined together. Vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, threats, all these different kind of data. But it's not about just having those big numbers. It's about doing the analysis, about being intelligent. It's about knowing the true risk of these numbers and knowing exactly what your threat vectors look like. So we take that information, we take the business context behind it, and we give you the Qualys TruRisk score for your entire cloud estate, in this case, Microsoft Azure. We then go a little bit deeper. We look at the toxic combinations. We look at the top insights that have caused that TruRisk score, and we give that information. And now, for the first time in Azure with Qualys, we can dig in a bit deeper, and we can actually look at the attack paths themselves aligned to these insights that are within your Azure platform. And let's dig into one of these in a bit more detail. Let's take this one, the number one attack path that we're seeing here. We can see that it's affecting 5 resources. We can see that we've listed this as critical in terms of the information available to us. And here are the 5 resources down here. You'll see next to one of the resources, clear as day, you've got the attack path button. Very simple to get to, very easy to navigate. And we're going to click through to that. It's going to take us to the path itself. Now, what the attack path gives us is a remediation map and a blast radius for the vulnerabilities within this virtual machine. We can see the entry points for the bad actor going down the virtual network, and then we can see all of the assets that are being affected by this vulnerability. Now, if we click on this virtual machine, what we're going to get here is the true risk for the issues in this VM. We're going to see all of the security findings that are available, the vulnerabilities, and additionally, we're going to get some insights from the Qualys Threat Research team they're going to give us some trending data around the vulnerabilities that were found here. But again, having this information is one thing. What we really want to do is get it remediated. We now have the full ServiceNow integration directly within the Total Cloud platform. And we can click into that. It's going to take us into ServiceNow and automatically generate that ticket for us. Also filling all the information, sending it to the application owner, ensuring that we've got all this data in that we might traditionally have to put in ourselves, but Qualys is going to do that for you. Now, we might want to leave it there, or we might want to go straight ahead and remediate. So we have a big remediate now button for you to get stuck into that. Where that's going to take us is through to Qflow. Qflow is our cloud workload automation tool. What it's doing is it's building out these playbooks for you that can do a variety of different things, as Kunal was just explaining, but for the purposes of this, this demo, we're going to use it for remediation. We have an out-of-the-box remediation available through Qflow. We're going to give it a quick check, make sure we're happy with it, and if we are, we can hit run, and that's going to run through for us, and it's going to correct that issue in the VM and resolve that attack path for us. So that's the attack path in Microsoft Azure. Now, we have the Oracle integration now as well, as Kunal was explaining. So again, we have that high-level information for your OCI, but it's not having that information, it's about correcting it. So we have the TruRisk scoring, we have the tenancies, we have the fail controls, and we have some compliance information in OCI as well. Now, what we'll do, just for the purpose of this, we're going to dig into PCI in a little bit more detail. And here we can see all of the failed controls that are available within OCI. We can click on one, and we can ask it to show us some evidence of the issues that's been found. So we click on that, and again, we have to get this remediated. So we can, there we go to the next steps, and that's going to give us some remediation guidance for fixing OCI. Now, once you've completed all these remediations, and you've got a nice clear OCI, and you're passing your PCI, your CIS compliance, your auditor's going to want to know what you're smiling about. Auditors are a cynical bunch by nature, and they're going to want to see evidence that you've put this effort in and that you've corrected these areas in OCI. So we are able to download these reports directly from the cloud environment to show you exactly, well, show whoever's relevant from the auditing office or your boss or whoever might be interested in chasing you about this that day, exactly what capabilities are available. So nice and easy here. We can just generate this report, pull it out of OCI, and download it and keep that for whatever purposes you have. If we're going to open that report very quickly, you can see here all that information that was just available within the dashboard. We can see that here, giving an understanding of what's been seen, what's been controlled, what's been failed, what's been corrected, and resolving what's been resolved for you to pass that compliance standard. And then finally, something that's very close to my heart, shifting left with code to cloud. If we go back to the dashboard now, you're going to see something down here, total risky code repositories. Oh, am I being played off? Am I done? There we go. Oh, there we are. We go into the repositories. Now, if we go into the Azure repo, we can see a number of files here, that, or templates here that have got some risky attack paths loaded to them. And if we look at these top TruRisk scores, we can see one that has an attack path related to it. So we dive in here, and what are we going to see? The attack path with the code repo, with the Terraform template loaded in there as well. Click on there, we can see the TruRisk score, we can see the findings, we see the configurations, who committed it, when they committed it, etc. Now, the Jira integration in this enables us to send that directly to the owner of the commit. So we can look at that Jira ticket, and just like ServiceNow, we have fully automated ticket generated to Chris Lopez, to his boss, with all the information in there that's needed, and even a screenshot of the attack path automatically generated and thrown into the Jira ticket with it. But again, not just about knowing, about remediating, and in this case, we're going to do a pull request in GitHub. So we hit that, that's going to take us directly out into GitHub and do a pull request for this Terraform template. We can see a preview of the new TruRisk score once this has been completed, take us out into GitHub, and we'll get that issue resolved. Now, that's all I had to show you today. Guys, if you want to see this in your own environments, you want to see these attack paths in your environments, you want to generate these reports, you want to see what codes are being committed at what time, let us know, reach out to your TAMs, take a shot of that QR code, let's have a conversation. Hope to speak with you all soon. Apart from that, thank you very much.